The woman Ace Green tried to vote out of a Fiji villa. The woman Vulture called a footnote. The woman who went into Love Island USA Season 7 with 13,100 Instagram followers. She just bought a penthouse, and the internet is calling her Penthouselandria. Before you say you already saw this on Instagram, you saw the roses and the cake and the champagne, you did not see the full story of how she got there and what it actually means for where Nicolandria goes next. This is not a celebration video. This is a receipts video. While the actual Season 7 winners, Amaya and Brian, the couple that collected the $100,000 prize, announced their breakup 2 days after the August 25th reunion aired, Nic Vansteenberghe and Olandria Carthen are still together as of May 2026. And Olandria just signed the papers on a penthouse. The runners-up won. Again. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what Nic meant when he said he only lets people see 10% of this relationship, why Alandria's caption hits completely differently once you know everything that came before it, and what the people who tried to eliminate her from that villa are doing right now while she is standing in a penthouse with a custom cake that says Penthouselandria. Let's go. The runners-up from Love Island USA Season 7 are standing in a penthouse, while the actual winners posted, "You don't have to drink the whole sea to know it's salty" 2 days after the reunion. And you are sitting here watching this with your, finger completely relaxed. Like this video. My landlord slid a note under my door that says he can feel when a video underperforms, and he said the vibes are off. Fix it. Before the penthouse, before the brand deals and the Paris Haute Couture Week debut and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit spread and the 83rd Golden Globe Awards red carpet, there was a woman in Houston, Texas, going to work every single day at Otis Elevator Company. Olandria Carthen entered the world on May 29, 1998, in Decatur, Alabama, the eldest of 6 children, with 2 younger sisters and 3 younger brothers. Growing up the oldest sibling means spending your whole life as the one who sets the example, the one who steadies the room. And anyone who watched Love Island USA Season 7 knows exactly what that looks like on a person. The composure, the refusal to be rattled, the grace under conditions designed to produce chaos. She attended Tuskegee University, and she did it as a first-generation college graduate. No family member who had already mapped that road, no blueprint. She started in computer science, switched directions, figured herself out, and graduated with a degree in logistics, materials, and supply chain management. After graduation, she went straight into a corporate sales role at Otis Elevator Company in Houston, Texas, supporting elevator modernization projects and urban transport systems. A LinkedIn, a 9-to-5, a responsible career built from scratch. She had also been single for 5 years before Love Island USA Season 7 called. Not bouncing between situations, intentionally focused, intentionally building. Her mother's parting advice before she left for Fiji, do what you gotta do. Don't disappoint me. And on May 29th, 2025, her 27th birthday, Peacock announced she was joining the cast. She walked into that villa with 13,100 Instagram followers, a genuinely regular person going on the biggest reality show of the year, which had already become the most watched original in Peacock's entire history, pulling 18.4 billion streaming minutes across 6 weeks and generating 2.2 billion social impressions across Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. That was the stage, and Olandria Carthen walked onto it. If you just found out that the woman currently standing in a penthouse walked into the most watched show in Peacock's entire history, 18.4 billion streaming minutes, the whole thing, with 13,100 followers and a LinkedIn from Otis Elevator Company, and your mouth is open right now, I am on my knees. I am literally on the floor of my apartment. My neighbors are concerned. Tap subscribe because this channel is the only group chat that has been tracking the full Nicolandria saga from day one in that Fiji villa all the way to Penthouselandria. And I cannot keep being the last person you find out from. I deserve better. Tap it. Love Island USA Season 7 premiered June 3rd, 2025. Filmed in Fiji, hosted by Ariana Madix, narrated by Ian Sterling, streaming exclusively on Peacock. Olandria was one of the first two women to enter the villa on day one, walking in alongside Chelly Basente. At 27, she was among the oldest Islanders that season, and her energy read completely differently from the jump. Grounded and self-possessed in a way that stood out immediately in a room full of people performing for cameras.
She initially coupled with Taylor Williams, a 24-year-old cowboy and model from Oklahoma City. Casa Amor arrived and changed everything. Season 7 added a twist the franchise had never used before. Every Islander had to couple with someone, and whoever was left single went home. Olandria paired initially with Zach Srokow, a 29-year-old model from Manchester, England, but the numbers didn't fall her way. And what nobody in the Nicolandria Nation expected was that both Olandria and Nic Vansteenberghe ended up single and facing elimination at the exact same moment.
Producers gave them a choice: leave or couple up and return to the villa together. They chose each other. A candlelit date in a secluded, wooded location, just the two of them. Nic later describing the moment he saw Olandria smile when the car door opened and thinking she was his queen, that he'd been missing her the whole time. From that night forward, Nicolandria was the story of the season. Nic gave her the shirt off his back after she mentioned being cold. And when people later found out he'd only packed 6 shirts to the island, that gesture became one of the most replayed moments on the Nicolandria TikTok hashtag, which by the time they left the villa had accumulated 165,000 posts while they were in Fiji, with 0 phones and 0 knowledge any of it existed.
They rode it all the way to day 32 and placed as runners-up behind Amaya Espinal and Brian Arenales, who collected the $100,000 prize. Amaya chose to split the money with Brian. They attended the August 25th reunion, co-hosted by Ariana Madix and Andy Cohen of Watch What Happens Live. 2 days after that reunion aired, August 27th, 2025, Amaya posted on Instagram, "You don't have to drink the whole sea to know it's salty." The Season 7 winners lasted 6 weeks in the real world. Nic Vansteenberghe and Olandria Carthen, as of April 2026, are still together. And when 250,000 fan letters had been submitted for them while they were still in Fiji with no way to know, Nic thought he had seen 4 letters on their final date. Alandria described sitting in bed with Nic after the finale, going through all the fan edits together, some of them moving her to tears. She told Us Weekly, watching everything in that format from the very beginning of the show all the way to the end, it was a beautiful story to witness. Quick pause, because you might have been one of those 250,000 people. You might have submitted a letter for a couple who was sitting in a Fiji villa with no phones, no TikTok, no idea the Nicolandria hashtag had 165,000 posts on it. And Nic came out thinking 4 people cared. 4! He genuinely thought 4. And you were out here building a nation. If you have ever sent fan energy into the void for Nicolandria and you are not subscribed to this channel right now, I genuinely cannot help you. You are doing the work and getting none of the updates. Olandria can feel it when you're not subscribed. She's in her new penthouse right now, sensing the gap. Subscribe. This is the only place breaking down every Nicolandria chapter the moment it drops. And after what Nic just said about that 10%, there is so much more coming. This section matters because the penthouse does not land the way it should land without understanding what Olandria was navigating on the way to it. Inside the villa, Ace Green and Taylor Williams had attempted to orchestrate her elimination. Ace dropping hints about wanting certain people gone, Taylor pulling his switching sides routine, and Nic shut the whole thing down publicly. That moment broke something in the dynamic. Ace and Taylor went from believing they were writing the season's narrative to becoming side characters in someone else's love story, and they never fully recovered from that. After the show, the attacks continued from the outside. Ace sat down on the Speedy Mormon podcast and questioned Nicolandria's authenticity. Taylor went on live streams claiming producer manipulation influenced his connection with Alandria, which raised an immediate question nobody asked directly. If that story was true, why didn't he tell her in real time, while other Islanders were being honest about their feelings without hesitation? Both men have spent their post-Villa careers generating their most viral moments by attaching themselves to Alandria's name, which tells you everything about who actually has cultural gravity in this story.
Then, on May 4th, 2026, Vulture published a piece framing Nic's relationship with Alandria as a role he leaned into because the fandom wanted it, describing him as someone who could tell which way the island wind was blowing. Nic posted on Threads without PR clearance, "Dear Vulture magazine, I fly all the way to New York where you ask me to be photographed half naked and you smile and shake my hand and then write something like that? Then, I'm sure I'll be told to not speak up about this." Olandria addressed the fake relationship narrative directly in her Elite Daily interview. "I don't know why you would think we would purposely get our families involved. We would not take it this far if it was fake. My mom really does like Nic, and Nic's mom really does like me. Why would we get their hopes up for something that we know is not real? That's weird. It is real. You can't fake that." And through all of it, the Villa politics, the podcast attacks, the Vulture piece, the months of online noise, Olandria maintained the same composure she described learning as a young girl. She told Extra TV, "Honestly, even when I was younger, I always had way more to lose than people that I was kind of getting into it with. I had scholarships, I had awards. I couldn't really act out the way I wanted to because I had way more to lose than they did. So it kind of started at an early age. Honestly, I'm so grateful for it because now it makes it way easier to be poised in those moments that I really want to say something." She also said on the Go Off Sis podcast, "When I was on that show, I knew I was representing more than just myself." That is the woman who walked into the Penthouse on May 8th, 2026 and cried.
What happened to Alandria after Love Island USA Season 7 is not a standard post-reality TV trajectory. And if you have been watching this channel break down the Nicolandria saga since the beginning, you already know the numbers. Stylists Matthew and Reginald Reisman reached out to her on Instagram while she was still inside the Fiji villa, which tells you everything about what was being generated in real time from the outside. After the show, she signed with Digital Brand Architects, then secured representation through United Talent Agency, one of the most powerful agencies in Hollywood. The brand partnerships that followed were not the small ones. Amazon, Visa, Hyundai, Aveeno, Vaseline, Yves Saint Laurent, Sephora, NYX Cosmetics, Sweet Green, Kulani Kinis, Agua de Kefir. She modeled in UGG's 2025 Fluff Mama Global campaign. She was part of Reebok's Angel Reese One campaign. She was the face of Barbie's You Can Be Any Barbie campaign at Coachella. The Bama Barbie, chosen as the face of Barbie at Coachella. Ad Age named her one of the top 5 breakout creators of 2025. Cosmopolitan's Z-Stars class of 2025. The Route 100. The Revolt Power List in the Creators category. The Ebony People's Choice Award at the 2025 Ebony Power 100 Gala at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles on November 4th, 2025, when Nic was in the audience watching her win. Glamour's December 2025 holiday cover with Nic, the spread the magazine titled The Year of Nicolandria. Harper's Bazaar Vietnam December 2025 digital cover, her first solo magazine cover. Sports Illustrated Swimsuit 2026. The 83rd Golden Globe Awards red carpet. The Vanity Fair Oscar party. The Bridgerton Season 4 premiere in Paris. The 15% Pledge fundraising gala honoring Tina Knowles at Paramount Studios on February 7th, 2026. And the Essence Black Women in Hollywood Awards ceremony at Fairmount Century Plaza in Los Angeles on March 12th, 2026. In September 2025, she made her runway debut at Sergio Hudson's Spring-Summer 2026 show during New York Fashion Week, and Nic was seated in the front row filming her walk on his phone. In January 2026, Paris Haute Couture Week, Rahul Mishra's Spring 2026 Couture Show, Valentino Haute Couture, Robert One front row. In February 2026, Milan Fashion Week, Roberto Cavalli, Blue Marine, GCDS.
3 of the Big 4 international fashion weeks, accomplished within months of leaving a reality television competition on Peacock. From 13,100 Instagram followers on June 3rd, 2025 to 2 million by mid-2025. From Otis Elevator Company in Houston, Texas to Paris Haute Couture Week. The griot wrote it plainly. She is bigger than the program. In August 2025, while most of this was still ahead of her, she told Essence, "There are a lot of things coming up that's in store for me. I'm super excited to share with you guys. You're going to be very happy and proud of me." She already knew. Because this is a Nicolandria channel, and your audience is not here just for the individual story, let's check in on where things actually stand between Olandria and Nic, because the relationship context makes the Penthouse moment land differently. Nicholas Marcel Vansteenberghe, 25 years old, from Jacksonville, Florida, trained as a registered nurse at Florida Atlantic University before Love Island USA Season 7 pulled his entire life in a different direction. Since the show, he has moved fully into modeling, DJing, and influencer work, secured representation through Brink Entertainment for music bookings, released a remix with artist Lashavo that hit 2 million Spotify streams as of April 2026, and booked a full 8-city North American DJ tour, running April 24th through August 7th, 2026. In December 2025, during Kim Kardashian's Skims TikTok livestream, Northwest got on a call with Nic and asked him point blank whether he had broken up with Alandria. His answer was immediate. "No, I didn't. Nicolandria 4L. For life." The challenge they have been open about is distance. She is in Houston. He is in Jacksonville. He told Love Island Beyond the Villa Season 2 during a conversation with TJ Palma, "She's in Houston, so it's only 2.5 hours away. But at the same time, it's like she is never in Houston and I'm never in Florida." He also addressed the audience pressure around how much they share, telling Us Weekly in April 2026, "I felt like at first I was pressured to share. We are filmed 24/7. Lately, I haven't been posting anything. It's actually so great. So sorry to not give you crumbs, Nicolandria Nation. But you know, Mama and Papa will be there for you." And when YouTube viewers criticized a Christmas gift he gave Alandria from Louis Vuitton because she had given him a diamond watch, his response was, "I was like, forget you. I got her something good." You kind of control the narrative in a little bit of the way. I only let people see 10%. 10%. Which means there is 90% of this relationship that the Nicolandria Nation has never seen. And one of the things that apparently lived in that 90% was the entire process of buying a penthouse. As of April 2026, confirmed across multiple outlets and by Nic himself, they are still together. Now we get to the moment. May 8th, 2026, Olandria posted a carousel on Instagram that stopped every scroll in the Nicolandria Nation simultaneously. The home is a penthouse. Stunning views, modern design, earning her the instant fan-given nickname Penthouselandria, which she leaned into completely. A custom cake spelled it out in frosting. A massive floral arrangement built from red roses spelled out "sold" with a white flower key centered in the middle. She wore a fitted gray sleeveless mock neck top, black capri leggings, and pointed black heels with soft layered blonde highlighted hair and glowy makeup. She popped champagne. She walked through the space. She cried. Real tears, the kind that do not arrive on command. The public caption on the photos was 4 words: "Built for the life I imagined." The longer caption she posted read, "Still trying to process that this is real. So many tears, prayers, long nights, sacrifices, and moments of uncertainty led to this chapter. Through it all, God never stopped providing, guiding, and making a way. This home is more than a milestone. It's a reminder that faith, patience, and hard work truly pays off. Forever grateful for this journey and so excited to create new memories here." Friends, celebrities, and major brands flooded the comments. The response across every outlet that covered it, BET, Essence, The Griot, Madame Noir, Hello Beautiful, Black America Web, was overwhelmingly the same.
This is not a celebrity buying a nice apartment. This is a first-generation Tuskegee University graduate from Decatur, Alabama, who left Otis Elevator Company to take a chance on herself on a Peacock dating show, survived every attempt to eliminate her, navigated every attempt to discredit her, and is now holding keys to a penthouse less than 12 months after she walked into the Love Island USA Season 7 villa with 13,100 Instagram followers.
Ace Green can have the podcast circuit. Vulture can have the think pieces. Taylor Williams can have the live streams. Penthouselandria bought a penthouse. Don't like this video. Stay on Ace's side. Keep that energy. Go find out from someone else's repost that the man who tried to eliminate Alandria from a Fiji villa in 2025 is generating his most viral moments by saying her name while she is signing penthouse papers in 2026. I dare you to scroll past that like button. And drop in the comments, who is your personal Alandria villain era villain? Ace on the Speedy Mormon podcast? Vulture with the Island Wind take? Or Taylor on the live stream claiming the producers made him do it? Because I have a ranked list sitting in my drafts and it is waiting for the right moment.
The people who built the Nicolandria hashtag to 165,000 TikTok posts, who submitted 250,000 fan letters to Peacock while she was in Fiji, who showed up at Greek Fest with handwritten notes and gifts, they feel this penthouse moment the same way they felt every other chapter of this story, because they were inside it from the beginning.
Olandria did not become somebody because Love Island USA Season 7 handed her something. She became somebody because she walked into that competition as a first-generation college graduate from Tuskegee University who had been building a career in elevator sales. And she handled everything the show, her castmates, the internet, and the media threw at her with the same composure she said she learned as a young girl, when she understood she had more to lose than the people coming for her. The fans who voted, who made the edits, who built the Nicolandria Nation from 165,000 hashtag posts into a full-scale, ongoing saga, they did not just watch this happen. They were part of how it happened. And when she posted that caption about tears and prayers and long nights and moments of uncertainty, every single person who had been in that group chat since day one in Fiji knew exactly what she was talking about and exactly who she was talking about. She told the Go Off Sis podcast she knew she was representing more than just herself when she was on that show. The penthouse is the latest evidence that she was right.
Olandria Carthen, born May 29, 1998 in Decatur, Alabama, eldest of 6, first-generation college graduate from Tuskegee University, former sales associate at Otis Elevator Company in Houston, Texas, 5 years single before she walked into a Fiji villa with 13,100 Instagram followers on the most-watched original in Peacock's history. Runner-up on Love Island USA Season 7, alongside Nic Vansteenberghe, still together as of April 2026, Nicolandria 4L, Ad Age Top 5 Breakout Creator of 2025, Ebony People's Choice Award, Sports Illustrated Swimsuit 2026, Paris Haute Couture Week, Milan Fashion Week, 3 of the Big 4 International Fashion Weeks, the 83rd Golden Globe Awards Red Carpet, the Vanity Fair Oscar Party, the woman Vulture tried to footnote, the woman Ace Green's podcast tried to discredit, the woman Taylor Williams left single in that villa. On May 8th, 2026, homeowner, Penthouselandria. She posted 4 words and let the rest speak without explanation. Built for the life she imagined. And here is the thing about a woman who spent her whole life understanding she had more to lose than the people coming for her. She was always going to build something they could not touch. The penthouse is just the part she is letting you see. The other 90%, we will find out.
And before you go, Nic said he only lets us see 10%. His 8-city North American DJ tour wraps August 7th. Love Island USA Season 8 premieres June 2nd on Peacock, and this channel has the full breakdown of every unresolved Nicolandria thread coming. The Vulture situation, the Ace and Taylor aftermath, what Beyond the Villa Season 2 left unfinished,
all of it. If you don't subscribe right now, I will be legally required to hand this channel over to Vulture's editorial team, and you will come back here next week to find a video titled Vansteenberghe's Strategic Pivot into Real Estate Adjacency, a study in island wind direction. I am not doing that to you. Subscribe! The 90% is coming.